Alright, so we're going to be using the Bialetti, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, the Moka Express to make an Americano. I've been working at this for 5 or 6 months now, and I think I've narrowed it down and found a pretty good recipe here that I think you should try out if you're having difficulty or just want to try something new. First thing I like to do is turn the stove on high. I've got the dual burner going here, so I've got enough surface space for both my kettle, which I've got with about 10 or so ounces of water in there. I only need about 6 to 8, but always best to have more. So that gets started boiling before I do anything else. Okay, pardon the mess here. This is a paper towel I used quite a few times, as you can see. There's coffee stains all over. What you'll need is the Moka pot. What I like to use is an AeroPress filter, which you can see I've used quite a few times already. It's pretty stained, but it's still structurally sound. I'm guessing you could probably use one of these for a month before it falls apart. So what I do is I just put the AeroPress filter right there, make sure it's damp so that it sticks, and just block that portion right there so that the grounds don't end up getting through those holes and end up in your coffee. I use a very fine grind, so I found that that this was really helpful as far as getting a nice clean cup. Right, then I like to fill the top of the Moka pot here with water, just to the base of the pour spout. I found that I do have a digital scale that I use, but that's a nice way to measure it faster. That's about 150 grams of water. As the same with my my AeroPress technique, I like to try to stick around 20 grams of water per gram of coffee. You don't have to be as precise, I found, with using a Moka pot. The flavor is generally really good. Anywhere between 15 to 25 grams of water per gram of coffee. Alright, then I just pour the water into the base of the Moka pot. And time to get my beans. Right. The grinder I use is the Breville Smart Grinder. I got this 4 or 5 months ago, and I absolutely love the thing. It grinds fine enough for what I need. I haven't really messed around with non-pressurized espresso machines, so I can't really comment there, but for what I use it for, it works like a charm. Now I'm going to take this out and put the portafilter, if you want to call it that, from the Moka pot in there. It stands on its own. I haven't had it fall over on me yet, and I've got this dialed into 2 shots and just a little bit more on the amount here. Ends up being about between 15 and 16 grams of coffee every time. There are the grounds. Just give it a little shake just to level it out. Alright, so I just put the Moka pot on and the water's already boiling. I'll take that off so it cools down a little bit. I just put the Moka pot on about a minute ago, and it's already coming out because this burner is so hot. I found, yeah, if you use this this method and get that burner on right away, by the time you put the Moka pot on, it's done in under 2 minutes. Now the key with the Moka pot here is I like to take it off once it starts flowing slower. I don't like to let the pot completely empty. I like to leave a little bit of water in there, otherwise it tends to burn. Pour this into my mug. All of that crema, just it's everywhere. I mean, it's almost too much. And depending on the strength that you like, just top it off with the hot water. And there you have it. A perfect Americano every time. And again, I used about 15 grams of coffee and I filled a 16-ounce mug. So it definitely does go a little bit further than with an AeroPress. I find I can get a lot more flavor, or a lot more quantity anyway, out of 15 grams of coffee using the Moka pot compared to the AeroPress, where I'd be limited to around 12 ounces before it started tasting a bit weak.